Hello everyone, and welcome back to What the Facts, your favorite political satire show. We ask y'all to please refrain from sobbing because this is our last episode of the semester.
But since this is our last episode of the semester, it's going to be our best episode of the semester. Right, James?
You're so right, Thomas. As always, I'm your host, James Dunqua.
And I'm your host, Thomas Kohler. Let's get to it. It appears that Trump has taken his Twitter game to a whole new level, going from annoying Valley Girl cyberbully to that 10-year-old kid who spouts racial slurs about your mother every time you 360 no-scope him on Call of Duty. 1v1 me on Rust, XXX_Billy_XXX.
Recently, Trump posted a video on his Twitter feed of Muslim American Congresswoman Ilhan Omar's speech for the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR. However, Trump's version of the video was intercut with news clips of the 9/11 attacks, claiming, "We remember, but we'll never forget."
This video has outraged the Democratic Party and the Muslim American community, to say the least. Since becoming a representative, Ilhan Omar has been targeted by the far right because of her religion and political affiliation, with racial insults and death threats plaguing her on a daily basis.
Thousands of bodegas across New York City are boycotting the New York Post, a tabloid magazine, for their latest issue, which depicted the 9/11 attacks alongside quotes of Omar from her speech.
Congressman Gerald Nadler, who represents Lower Manhattan, not only defended Omar, but went on to attack Trump, saying that Trump has no moral authority on talking about 9/11, revealing that Trump never followed up on his promise to donate $10,000 to the reconstruction and recovery programs of 9/11 after the attacks.
To make matters even better, Nadler also stated that Trump took federal grant money that was offered to small businesses damaged by the attacks, even though none of Trump's properties was targeted or even damaged on 9/11.
In Nadler's words, he stole $150,000 from some small business person who could have used it to help rehabilitate himself. So, Trump is a man who does not follow up on his promises, steals money from those who really need it, and spouts racist and offensive things both online and in real life.
Sounds like a great guy to me.
And somehow, Ilhan Omar is the real threat to America. This leaves me with one question for those who voted Trump into office. Are you proud of yourselves?
In other, more lighthearted, yet equally disturbing news, Donald and his North Korean bestie dictator, Kim Jong-un, are back at it again. But instead of partaking in typical old men activities such as playing golf,
wearing Old Spice cologne,
and wearing t-shirts that say, "Gone fishing," these pals spent their time together negotiating nuclear tensions. Hashtag just girly things. If this is as alarming to you as it is me, don't panic.
This is only their third unproductive meeting in the past 3 years of Trump's presidency. Glad to know, in between his time off at Mar-a-Lago and fighting with anyone who remotely disagrees with him on Twitter, Trump is spending his time wisely by taking pointers from one of the world's greatest oppressors.
Nuclear weapons, oppression, seems to me like we're on our way to making America great again.
We promised you a great last show today, folks, and what better way to do so than ranting about the idiocy of our president.
Now, we'll go to our international correspondents, Jake and Jack, for some juicy info on Julian Assange and WikiLeaks.
Hello, everyone. As always, I'm Jack Kessler.
And I'm Jake Aldridge. We're here to serve you even more tea, but make it international.
This past Thursday, Julian Assange, founder of WikiLeaks, was dragged from his lair in the Ecuadorian embassy in London after the police were invited in to arrest him. Officials at the asylum have not spoken highly of Assange recently, saying that they have reached their limit on Assange's behavior, and then also saying more directly that they have ended the asylum of this spoiled brat.
WikiLeaks and its founder have been a large part of an ongoing debate concerning freedom of speech and the press for over a decade. Previous administrations have chosen not to prosecute Assange in the Ecuadorian embassy after fleeing Sweden over sexual assault allegations and fear over U.S. charges due to the information he's leaked.
His time at the embassy has been full of issues and complaints from Ecuadorian officials. Despite all the information he has leaked and possible crimes in Sweden, his cat may have contributed more to his arrest than anything else. The embassy released a statement saying that they had updated the terms of Assange's asylum, which stressed that he needed to clean his bathroom and take better care of his cat's mess.
Essentially, Assange is that roommate that won't clean their side of the dorm room. I mean, come on, Julie. Is it that hard to pick up after yourself and your feline?
Many of WikiLeaks' releases have been critical of Ecuador and the U.S., which has created obvious tension. After one particular release, Assange's internet was cut off. So in response, he sued the place granting him asylum. Makes perfect sense. Luckily, despite having a shaky internet connection, he was able to secret late-night chats with Donald Trump Jr. during the 2016 elections.
Well, maybe he can try seeking asylum at Trump Towers this time. On top of all that, he claimed to have a secret panic button, which would take down the whole embassy if he was bothered. Yikes, who peed in this guy's cornflakes?
What charges Assange will face are yet to be seen, but he certainly has a lot of powerful enemies. One of these enemies, Hillary Clinton, has come out saying that Assange, quote, must answer for what he has done.
When one translates this statement from politician into English, we find that it roughly means, I lost the election, so I'm going to stick you into a dark hole for the rest of your life.
On that note, we hope you all enjoyed our last episode almost as much as we enjoyed delivering it to you. For one last time this semester, I'm Jack Kessler.
And I'm Jake Aldridge. We'll see you on the other side.